So without breaking ground, what kind of returns are we talking about?
We did north of 350% on that deal.
What?
Yeah.
So did you sell out all of Konza?
Yes, I kept an acre, which is still registered to me today. We always like to keep a portion of our sites, but I ended up, I think the last block I sold went for 4 million bobs.
Block being how?
An acre. The last acre I sold went for 4 million bobs.
Okay, so I know, and this I know because it's public information. I know, I do agree that people bought chunks of, they partnered together with different people, because Riga, who's a good friend of mine, who were musicians together, bought, because he was under internship with Ranja at the time at the law firm. He ended up coming in together with different people, and they did buy.
Yes, so a lot of the earlier buyers, because again we couldn't subdivide smaller than an acre, people jointly bought the acre together. And I think by law or by policy, they will allow up to 10 names listed on a title deed.
Meeting Solomon Wangwe was it was like a mixture of dumb luck and divine. Before I pursued music full time, I was actually interning at a law firm. So I was handling a lot of the paperwork, doing with the land transactions that Goshen Acquisitions was doing. And I got to meet Solomon through my boss, and there was something about me that struck him. I was like, he was easy, he was relatable, he was approachable, and he was consistently bringing in business to the law firm with these land transactions. So yeah, that's where we met. Yes, I have purchased a parcel of land through Goshen Acquisitions, and it was at Konza, about 2 or 3 kilometers away from where the Konza city development is happening. So first of all, the thing that struck me was how transparent the process was, and then also how straightforward it seemed, because I was doing it for other people as an intern. And then I saw it as an opportunity. I was like, how about I invest in land? I had never invested in land before. I hadn't invested in anything, period. So I was like, okay, let me see if I can ask any family member who's willing, because I didn't have the money to buy the land. And when I did, I asked my mom. I was like, Mom, there's this thing that we're doing at the office that I think would be a good investment for the family. And she was like, okay, sounds good. Is it all above board since you're the one handling it? Do the due diligence. I did. And she was like, okay, now that you've given it the green light, how about I do it in your name? So I got gifted my first parcel of land. We bought it under my name, and that was my first investment with Goshen Acquisitions. Yeah. It was nice. Even after I met with Solomon and told him, okay, I actually want to be an investor. I want to buy a piece of land. So even though I'd already trusted him, he still insisted, no, I need to take you to where it's a good thing for me to take you to where it is you're going to buy the land. So let's go do the site visit. Let me show you the beacons. Let me show you. So it was exciting. It was nice going to see, like, hey, this is the future right here in the ground. So yeah, it was a very nice experience. I loved how I was treated. In the area where the Konza City development was happening, the local government authority had restrictions on how far you could subdivide the pieces of land. So it's funny, other people through unscrupulous ways would go and actually have it subdivided below the required acreage. But Solomon was different. He was like, no, we can't do that because that's against the law. So how about, since you're buying a parcel of land that's smaller than what can legally be subdivided, how about if you joined up with a few people that you know, friends, and you each took a piece of this larger parcel, so all your names will be on the title deed. And then after that, through the law firm and Solomon, they walked us through a process of not only getting the title deed in all of our names, but also having an agreement with the four of us that clearly marks out, this is your piece, this is my piece, this is your piece, this is your piece. And then in the event that the land passes the law that we can subdivide further, they will actually follow our plans to the letter. So it was a very transparent, very above board process. Yeah.
And in fact, you can even put the percentage of ownership next to each name, so that it's clear I own 10%, they owe 50%, and so on.
And why that's so powerful, it's the age, first of all, when he did it. I was saying he was an intern in a law firm. This guy just cleared high school.
He was Ranja's intern.
So young people don't believe that they can begin buying land because they look at it, I don't have money for an acre. But if you pull together and find cheap, strategic
I mean, that's how we bought the 15 acres ourselves. We pulled funds because I couldn't afford it on my own. Yeah, so absolutely. That's why SACCOs are so powerful if done right. There have been problems in that sector as well. So I advise people, be careful, do your homework, do your DD on the SACCO before you get married to them. But you can easily do it on your own. You don't have to do it under the umbrella of a SACCO. Get together with like-minded individuals and buy together. Because if you wait until you can afford it on your own, the price has jumped on you. So you'll constantly be playing catch up. So own 10% of something today instead of 0% of whatever you'll be chasing in the future.
So did you go back to start giving back? Because you're talking about returns now.
Yeah.
Did you go back to your guys who had given you the 1 million bobs?
18 months later, we sold everything I wanted to sell. In terms of gross numbers, we did roughly 600% return because the subsequent sales always got higher in price. Remember, the first ones I was selling at 798K. I was pre-selling, I should say.
Yes.
Because I hadn't even taken possession of the title in my name. They were helping me buy.
Yep.
The ones I sold after groundbreaking went for up to 4 million. So, you know, when you add it all up, it grows to about 600%. So what I did is, I mean, I was so grateful to the Life Group for the support they gave, because they didn't have to. I didn't even ask; they just offered. You know, I gave them back their money plus 60% of the profits.
So somebody who gave you 300K would get like what?
So I know on average they got about 360, 350%.
Whoa, that's some good shrooms.
Yes, in 18 months, that's not bad.
Okay, so does this smack you and be like Control C, Control V? Literally copy paste.
Yeah, dude, I was shocked. I was shocked. I didn't expect that. Remember, our goal was long term.
Yeah.
It just so happened that President Kibaki's groundbreaking and all the media attention and international attention to that project bloated the market interest. And we happened to be one of the few entities that had subdivided plots already. There
was a lot of, I don't want to call it luck, but a lot of things that you had already put in place.
Yes, but not having foreknowledge. It's just we did what we were doing because I needed to sell and give guys back their money. Yeah. Just serendipity in events just meant we had the perfect storm. And it worked out well. Not every project will work out that way. If you do it right and honestly, not every project will work out that way. But you know, that definitely caught my attention. So I thought maybe we should do this again. Let's press repeat. And Mzee Tapasian had a cousin who lived in towards Oloitoktok. And I guess word had spread around that Mzee Tapasian had successfully sold 15 acres and it went well. And so his relatives were asking him if the same guy can buy from them.
Yeah. Relationships.
Yeah, and he begged me for, I think, 3 months to go see his cousin's land. I wasn't interested. That's too far. What am I going? Oh, I've never even been there. Where is that? I'm not interested. I'd given guys back money plus 60% of the profit, so I didn't have as much as I would have needed to buy land out there, or so I thought. And one day, just out of just respect for the mzee, because he called me so many times, I agreed to go see. And when I got there, I fell in love with the place. I could see Mount Kili with the snow cap. I was hypnotized by the beauty out there. Endless land as far as your eye can see. And I'd used tarmac road most of the way. It was just the last 9 kilometers at Wamaram.
And these are all things that are in your mind when you're driving.
Absolutely. Accessibility. I'm always measuring accessibility. How difficult is it to get to the site? Especially in the dry, because in the wet season, it's exponentially worse. Yeah, so if it's tough in the dry season, you can bet you're not going to be able to access it in the rain. And if it's raining at the time, even better, you get a true picture of how difficult accessibility is. The views were stunning of Mount Kili. I'd never seen Mount Kili that close, except from the Tanzania side.
Yep.
I was blown away, and they told me the price and I couldn't believe it. It was so cheap. I think we were the second non-natives to buy land in that side, place called Imbuko. This was in 2012. Yeah, so we ended up, I went back to the same group. I was like, guys, I found the promised land. I showed them photos. Everyone was like, twende kazi. So 15 of us, each purchased a 5-acre block. So we bought, one of the couples bought 10. So we ended up buying 85 acres.
What?
Yeah. From Mzeta Pasian's cousin.
Okay. Is this the same land that now Sauti Sol have acquired?
Same neighborhood, but different piece of land.
Okay, that means you went back for round 2 and
yes,
round 3.
I kept going back. I think in total we've probably purchased about 700 acres of land in Imbuko.
My God.
Since 2012, yeah.
And at this time, when you purchase it, are you still purchasing this land under Solomon Wangwe?
No, so now the Imbuko transaction I did as Solomon Wangwe, and Ranja pulled me aside and said, listen, Solo, if you're going to keep doing this, I think it's wise that you register a business. Also because of the tax man, you can structure things the way they're supposed to be. And so that's when we registered the business. We registered it as Monopoly Holdings Limited.
What?
I love Monopoly.
Such a what?
I mean, Monopoly is an obvious inference.
Yeah.
But a week after the registration certificate came out, we felt strongly led that was not to be the name of the business. And we changed the name to Goshen Acquisitions.
Now explain to somebody why that name.
So